For those who are unaware, a new game is being developed called Hytale, and if you are a fan of Minecraft or sandbox games, then you should be hyped for this one. Here are the top 10 things you should know about it. Hytale is a hybrid between a sandbox game and a role-playing game, attempting to link the openness and creativity found in games like Minecraft with the engrossing world, story, and upgrades found in traditional RPGs. It has voxel-like graphics, which seem to take the pixelated graphics of Minecraft and upgrade them for more fidelity and customization. Similar to Minecraft, it will be possible to break apart structures block by block and use those resources to build your own creations. Note that there will be many Minecraft comparisons because let's be real, that's clearly its biggest inspiration. Speaking of Minecraft, the game is being developed by Hypixel Studios. If you recognize that name, it may be because Hypixel is such a big name in the Minecraft community. The Hypixel Minecraft server is actually the most popular independent server in any video game. It even won a Guinness Award for it. However, Hypixel Studios is a new company that was created solely to develop Hytale, while Hypixel Incorporated will continue to work on the server. What this means is that resources shouldn't be taken away from the Minecraft server, and it should continue to be developed as it always has been. There will be 3 main modes of play in the game, including Adventure, Minigames, and Creative. For a brief summary of the Adventure mode, it will involve the creation of a procedurally generated world. However, the worlds do have lore and all sorts of scenarios to encounter. According to the game's website, there may be mages' towers full of monsters, underground dungeons, and colossal bosses. There are several playstyles to choose from. You can build a house and become a settler, or you can gather resources and become a craftsperson, or even just head off randomly in search of adventure. And all of these can be done online with friends. There are many biomes, each with their own animals and monsters to encounter. And regardless of the mode, you'll have a map that helps you find quests, dungeons, and more, which is continuously updated as you explore. You will be able to craft items, though it currently seems different from Minecraft's system, and that as long as you have the resources, you just have to click on an item in your inventory to craft it. In other words, you don't have to memorize some recipe. However, as you progress in the game, you'll be able to mix and match components for more powerful equipment, and even discover new crafting recipes by experimentation. They do state that they're still working on this though, so expect it to change. If you want a bit of a break from the adventure, there are also going to be loads of minigames. For those who have played on the Hypixel server, you know that the staff at Hypixel are great at making minigames, and they're some of the biggest innovators in making fun, unique, bug-free, well-programmed minigames. That should continue in Hytale with the addition of many more creative tools for making these games. There will be things like flexible camera controls, anti-cheats, and control over game mechanics and assets. Additionally, there will be official Hytale servers that everyone can meet on and play games together, along with player-made community servers, similar to how Minecraft works. There will be all sorts of games, from competitive PvP battles to co-op experiences. I know PvP is a bit finicky and can be tough to get right, as many who played Minecraft during the combat update era may remember. But according to Hypixel Studios, they know. They want the PvP to be good, and they're talking with the PvP community and leaders for tips on how to improve it. Once the beta releases, if you have any complaints or ways to improve it, I would recommend messaging Hypixel Studios about it. Oh, and if you have kids and are worried about them going on online servers, there will be parental controls that let you control and restrict certain things if you want to. If you're a creative type, well, you're in luck because there's a lot of resources for you too. Not only is there the basic access to all the blocks in a creative mode like in Minecraft, but you can also make scenes with customizable camera angles, create save and load scenes using your game's models, create animations and keyframes, easily edit the world, and model your own objects with Hytale's Model Maker, which will come out with the game, and it does modeling, texturing, and even animation, and you even have in-game scripting. If you don't know what all of this means, and I don't understand everything either, I can put it somewhat simply. Expect a lot of animations, mods, texture packs, maps, and all sorts of community-made creations in this game. To clarify a bit about how the modding works, in order to prevent abuse, you won't be able to modify your own client yourself. This sounds strange because you often did that in Minecraft modding, but according to Hypixel Studios, you won't need to with the breadth of customization already in Hytale's toolset. It seems like when a client connects to a server with a custom version of the game, be it adding mods or customizing the world gen, things like that, a process occurs where all of the mods and files are downloaded automatically. In other words, you can customize servers you go on that modify your game, but you can't, or at least aren't supposed to, tinker with the base client. However, as stated before, you can run your own server, so you can still make your own mods, your own worlds, your own creations, and run them through servers, and upgrade your game via that means. An important aspect to these types of sandbox games is the player character, and you may be happy to hear that they are very customizable. You can customize your character's clothing and physical appearance using a vast array of options, and they're modular, allowing you to combine items from various sets together. As of right now, it unfortunately doesn't seem like you can make your own skins like you can in Minecraft, but the options do seem to be quite varied, and I'm sure they're going to add more in the future. I've mentioned before that there are many different monsters, animals, and NPCs in the world, so let's go more in depth about them. Different NPC groups have their own culture, block sets, habits, and story roles, and one of the first friendly NPC types you'll meet is the Quebecs. These cute creatures start out as a seedling and slowly grow old. They grow slower and slower as they age until they stop moving and become like a tree, resulting in their seeds falling and forming a new generation. Since this means the children can't meet their parents, they hear about ancestors from tree singers, elders who tend to young seedlings. One type of enemy is the Trork, a combination of troll and orc, which comes in many modular shapes and sizes, resulting in variations in color, size, shape, and class. Different classes act and fight differently. There are also many different animal types, from deadly saber-toothed tigers to the grazing antelope. Not only will you be able to interact with them, from raising chickens to playing with dogs and cats, but they will also interact with each other. For example, the tigers may hunt the antelope, and the chicken may protect their eggs. Finally, there are monsters, which should all provide unique challenges to overcome. Boss encounters and combat challenges will be hand-designed to their environments and will take preparation and planning to beat, but regular monsters should still spawn around the world. The blog recently went into detail about world generation, and it is quite interesting. Most of Hytale's story takes place on a planet called Orbis, O-R-B-I-S, which is made up of unique zones with their own sets of biomes, rules, furniture sets, NPC races, animals, plants, weather, and geology. Each of these biomes will merge with each other seamlessly for a connected world. The differences in zones extends to the underground, the shapes of coastlines, and even underwater, leading to a unique exploration experience in each zone. Caves, for example, will still be procedurally generated, but they are different in each zone you find them in, and there are many resources to be found in them depending on the zone. If you head far away from mainland, you may hit the ocean shelf, which leads to the deep ocean. This area is very dangerous, but it may contain valuable loot, and if you venture even further than that, you may find the ominous Infinite Lands. In addition to the general biomes, there will be many structures and landmarks to explore, such as dungeons. These are made up of multiple rooms and encounters, which have battles to face, puzzles to solve, and a final room with difficult challenges and rare loot. These dungeons are part of what's called prefabs, or prefabricated content, basically structures that are already designed to be found in the world. And there are currently almost 4,000 that could potentially spawn. From nature, such as trees and rocks, to man-made structures like ruins and buildings, each world will have their own unique sets of landmarks to explore, with challenges, objectives, and rewards. One final type of dungeon I'll mention is the Portal Dungeon. You need to meet certain criteria to be able to enter, and once inside, there could be a variety of encounters with their own distinct rules. These dungeons will be limited in what you can break, so you will need to think outside of the box to solve puzzles and advance through the obstacles. Finally, the world generation will be fully customizable by content creators. We'll be able to create our own prefabs or dungeons, and even add our own blocks and environments or NPCs. Basically, we can expect all sorts of presets to be made and shared for everyone to enjoy. Until now, Hytale was self-funded from earnings from the Hypixel Minecraft server, but in order to ramp up development, the team secured outside investment from Riot Games, the developer and publisher of League of Legends. This means that there will be no crowdfunding or pre-orders for the game, and they don't have to worry about making money before the game is released just for development costs. Additionally, this should keep them from being in a rush to release the game, leading to a greater quality game. This is a good time to throw in some additional random info. Unfortunately, they haven't announced the cost of the game yet, but my guess is that it will be a paid game somewhere along the line of Minecraft's cost. I'm guessing somewhere between $20 and $30. The game isn't running on any popular game engine either. It's actually being made on a custom-built engine that allows more flexibility than any other engine would provide for this type of game. If you can't wait to play it, you can sign up for the beta right now. Now, the beta isn't out quite yet, but as soon as it's released, they'll send an email about it to you. The link for the sign up will be in the description, but it's also very prominent on Hytale's official website. As for when the game will be released, the website says that they want to be confident that we deliver a first impression worthy of player expectations as well as our own ambitions, and they are ramping up production to deliver the game quickly while meeting those standards. In my opinion, the game, or at least the beta, will probably release sometime in Q2 2019, maybe summertime, maybe May, something like that. This is not confirmed, do not take my word as it is, but it's just a guess based on when I think the optimal time to release something like this would be. Before the heavy hitters at the end of the year, during the summer, when players can spend a lot of time outside of school during summer break to play the game. Also, the game will be releasing for PC and Mac, with the ability to run game servers on Linux. There currently aren't plans to release the game on any other systems or consoles, though they may look into that later in development. If you have a username that you want to use for this game, I'd recommend signing up for the beta and checking the website often, since usernames will have to be unique. They will be releasing a way to reserve usernames sometime in the future. Starting in early January, Hypixel Studios is planning on publishing a series of articles on their blog to go into different features of the game, such as how modding works. In fact, one that they've released already is how world gen works. So keep an eye out for that. They may provide interesting info. Finally, if you're worried that you won't be able to run the game, it looks like it should be able to run on integrated graphics, assuming you have default view distance on, so basically anyone can run the game. Don't worry if you have a higher end computer though. There will be extensive graphics options to beautify the game if you want to do that type of thing. And that's about it. Hopefully you all are looking forward to the game, as it is personally my most anticipated game. That's not to say I'm overlooking any potential faults in it. If I play the beta and there are points of contention, some issues, some bugs, I'll be sure to point it out. However, as of right now, just from initial appearance and expectation, it looks to be turning out really well, and I'm really excited and hope that this game is good. I want to play this game a lot, and if it turns out good, I'm going to be definitely recording a lot of it for the channel. So for more info, just check out the Hytale website. There's a game trailer on YouTube, which seems to be doing super well. It's getting a lot of views. In fact, it got more views than a lot of really big name games reveal trailers, like more than God of War, more than Red Dead Redemption 2, that type of stuff. You can also check the Hytale social media accounts, and let's all just get excited together for this adventure.